boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday to all you guys out there, and welcome to your Friday edition of The Breaks here on Infinity TV. I'm your host, VJ Verda Husky, the Big Vanilla Funny, and we got a great show for you guys lined up today. We'll talk some NBA. We'll get into Breaks University with one of my favorite things coming up, the new college football format playoff, and in Fast Break, we'll get into some LeBron James and Lakers stuff too, man. So y'all sit back, enjoy your Friday edition of The Breaks.
These
are the breaks.
These are the breaks. You know what it is.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? I'm your Friday host of The Breaks, VJ Vernon Husky. So let's get right into today's show. First segment here, I want to get to some Super Bowl stuff and with the NFL, everything that happened. Now we are removed, as you're watching on Friday, removed 5 days away from the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs, they did it. They got their third in their last 5. Mahomes is certified and stamped. Andy Reid, Big Red, certified and stamped. Great game, I thought, came down to the end. What I kind of expected, I thought it was a close game. I thought 27-22. It ended up being 25-22, so I hit on what San Fran would score, but I just said that I just can't go against Mahomes at this point. He's like how Brady and Belichick was to me. I was saying about 06, 07. I just started saying, okay, guys, listen, I don't care if it's Big Ben. I don't care if it's Phillip Rivers. I don't care if it's Peyton Manning. These are the AFC guys. Even Rex Ryan with them bum-ass Jets, when they had Mark Sanchez, he had that really good defense. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to be right all the time, but I'll be right more than I am wrong if I take Brady and Belichick. That's where I was last week when I made my prediction about the Super Bowl for the Kansas City Chiefs. So kudos on me. One thing about the game I did not like, this is some bull right here. I'm going to tell y'all. I had a plus 1,600 on no Gatorade bath. Now, you have got to, NFL, help me out. Y'all got to put a time limit on some of these things. Vegas, hey, somebody, come on, help me out. One of the wise guys out there in Vegas, like, come on, help me out. The Gatorade bath can't come 10 minutes after the game. Come on. It's got to be a time limit on that. And I thought I hit. And then, of course, my co-host from my other show was so happy to text me the video that they got Reed with the purple. I think the purple was a minus 250. It was bigger than that last year. I took the purple last year, I think on like a plus 375 and hitting one on that. But that hurt me, man. I thought I made $1,700. I did. I thought I made me some bread. That said, what would have been 17? I put 50 on it. So $900 in that range. I thought I made me some money. But they had to track Reed down. He's hugging like his 27th person. There's got to be like a hug limit. Can we put a hug limit on it? Like if you hug after 3 hugs, after 3 separated hugs, a Gatorade bath can't count against if you go no Gatorade bath in betting. Like the bet washes, period. It's just a wash. If it's past 3 or 4 hugs, I don't care if you got orange. And they threw orange. It's too late. But I got robbed, man. That was a great bet. And I spoke about it on Fox Sports Radio last Saturday on Martin and VJ. I'd say that was one of my prop bets. I loved that prop bet when I was looking at all the prop bets. Coin toss. How long was Usher's halftime performance? What songs are you going to do? The over-under on Taylor Swift viewings and showings. All that stuff, man. I look at everything. Not everything, everything. I look at everything. That's how Journey said, hey, boo-boo. That's how Journey said my daughter at home. Everything. And I looked at that. Ooh, a plus 1,600 on no Gatorade bath. This game's going to come down to the end. If it's a last-second field goal, everybody runs out and rushes the field, right? Last-second touchdown, everybody rushes. Nobody's got the Gatorade bath. Nobody's even thinking. They're celebrating. There's got to be a statute of limitation on that. So I will also go to Kyle Shanahan right now. We can talk about the Chiefs. We'll put the Chiefs aside. You've heard about it all week long. You guys know how I handle my Friday business. By the time we get here, if I know it's something that you've probably heard a lot of, I try to stay away from that. But Kyle Shanahan, I don't think people are talking enough about. I know there's been some people that have jumped out there. He should be fired. But I would be not being myself, the Big Vanilla Funny, the Big Vanilla Guru, if I did not tell you guys that last Saturday I talked to Tyler Dragon from USA Today, who's a football reporter there, and I asked him if Shanahan lost this game, would he be on the hot seat? And he balked at it. And so did people on Twitter that listen to the radio station. It's a global radio show. It's national. You can get it in different markets, but you also get it globally around the world on the Fox Sports Radio app and iHeartRadio app. So I started to see the reaction of that. And then when we came back from commercial, I asked my co-host, I said, give me 60 seconds on this. Because I see the reaction during the commercial break. I heard what Tyler Dragon had just said to me. Respect to Tyler. He's been doing this. He covers the Chargers here. He's at every home game. He's in the know. It's football. I don't call him a source, just a guy that I know, I like, I trust. And I came back from break. I did a 60-second little monologue where I said, listen, the reason why I asked the question because we know how turnover is in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl and fired Doug Peterson 4 years later. Okay, it does not buy you time like it used to. A Super Bowl used to be able to buy you 5 to 7 years, maybe 7 to 10. Look at John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh got a Super Bowl. That Super Bowl was 9 years ago. It's a while ago. It's the last time John Harbaugh, but there's no thought to fire him, right? There's no thought to fire John Harbaugh out of Baltimore. And then I start looking at what Shanahan has done, and the reason why I asked the question, another part of why I asked the question is because when you go and you look at his track record there, I think we get caught up in, we know he got to Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy Garoppolo threw up on himself, spit up on himself. He wet his pants. He missed open receivers and a bomb. That would have put the game out of reach and they would have beat the Rams, right? But here's his records, okay? Since he's been in San Francisco. 6-10, 4-12, 13-3. Great year. They go to the Super Bowl that year. The following year, though, they go 6-10. Major Super Bowl hangover. 10-7 the following year. 13-4 last year. 12-5 this year. So the last 2 years, they've been to the conference championship game, got to the Super Bowl this year. But it's just, to me, I look at it, it's a mixed emotion of where he's really at as a coach. He's a 55% win coach in his 7 years in San Francisco. Overall record is 64-51 in 115 games. In the postseason, I know he's 8-4. But we can really look at this two ways real fast. We can either go with the logicalness of only one team wins. It's Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid's world right now.
Winner.
We're just all living in it. Whether you're Joe Burrow or whether you're Tua or whether you're Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. Right now, real talk, whether we like it or not, the facts are it's Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes' world, whether you like it or agree with it or get the calls or whatever. At the end of the day, with all the variables pushed aside, at the end of the day, it's their world, and we're just living in it. You're hoping you can get to the AFC Championship game and have a shot at knocking them off. The NFC knows we ain't got to see them to the Super Bowl. The NFC knows that. The AFC, you got to get through them. You might have to play them in a divisional round. You might have to play them in a wild card round. You might have to play them in the AFC Championship game. You got to get through them. We can look at it that way, or we can look at it in a hyper-reactive social media world, debate shows every day, every time a team's eliminated, they need to fire the coach and the quarterback needs to be gone. Fire Mark McCarthy, get rid of Dak Prescott. Oh, the Dolphins got to move on from Oos. Oh, Mike McDaniel, see his offense can't. In any coach, when they lose, if you don't win, everybody wants the guy gone. I don't want Shanahan gone because of Sunday. I just think the totality of what he's been there. Can you get over the hump with this guy, or is he Marty Schottenheimer? Is he Norv Turner? Even Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's got a ring. We know that. When's he been back? Facts are facts, man. I just think that was something we need to look in on. He's won assistant coach of the year and coach of the year before, but at the end of the day, you got to put these on your fingers, man. That's enough NFL talk, man. I want to get into some college talk because college is heating up right now. A lot of good basketball, a lot of good football news coming up. All that and more coming up on this Friday edition of The Breaks Infinity TV.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infinity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss, raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
Let me stop for y'all real quick for a second. I love this joint, man. Hey, Jeff and them, they be doing great work here, man. Don't forget to follow Infinity TV on YouTube. Click the subscribe button. You guys hear me? Subscribe. You guys hear it and hear it all around, man. Subscribe. Check out everybody's show here, man. This is a dope network. We're doing big things here. All right, let's get into university breaks. My favorite topic. I want to first start by just thanking the video game gods. Thank you. And those of you that are watching right now that are gamers, I don't have to even complete it. I can just stop right there. You know what I'm talking about. They're bringing back NCAA football on gaming systems. Man, let me tell y'all something. I've been hearing this for about 4 or 5 years, and so is everybody else. It was some bull job the way they took the game away because the players they didn't want to pay the players. Not that the players wanted money from it, but they didn't want to pay the players. And just was like, oh, fine, we just won't make the game. That was some straight bull job. You don't do that to video gamers. Would you like it if they stopped just making Call of Duty? Would you like if they just stopped making Halo or FIFA? FIFA's my favorite sports game. Nothing tops FIFA as far as the sports category for me. It's the realest, non-glitchiest, or least glitchiest sports game that's out there. 2K is horrible, and Madden needs a lot of work. Madden, y'all make too much damn money to have the game look like crap and play like crap like that. Fix that. I'm not playing it again. I'm actually on year 11, I believe, year 11 of boycotting Madden. That's real. And I'm a guy that's been playing Madden since it was called John Madden Football, Monday Night Football. It was only available for PC. My step-pops, Glenn, bought it home from work and hooked me up with it. Shout out to my step-pops. So, the video game is back coming out this year, man. I can't wait. I can't get back into it. I don't even have a current game system right now. I'm playing something called a Raspy that has every game from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis already loaded on this little box. You go buy a controller like a Super Nintendo controller, plug it in, and you can choose to play it against. I'm still playing Tecmo Bowl. I'm still playing Super Tecmo Bowl, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World. I'm still playing Double Dragon, Double Dribble, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Zelda. I'm still on them joints until they fix the games, but I will be putting money aside to buy whatever the cheapest current system is out when this game drops, just so I can get this game in FIFA. And I guess I got to get Grand Theft Auto 6 that's coming out next year too. But anyway, so along else with college sports, college football say that they will vote on the new format for the 12-team playoff that is to go into effect this year starting the 2024 season. And I thought, you know what? I want to beat them to the punch. I'm going to tell you guys what I came up with, the way they should do it. It's the fairest way. You don't lose the bowls. You don't lose pageantry. You can keep all the bowl games. You'll make way more money. Like, this works. Y'all need to call the Big Vanilla. I got this for y'all. I want my cut, but I'll let y'all in on it. I mean, you're about to see it right here anyway. All right, so my proposal is with the 12 teams, you go with 5 power conference champions. The ACC, the SEC, the Big 12, the Big 10, the Big East, and Pac-12, whoever has the highest ranking, because those are 2 lowest power conference teams, whatever champion has the highest ranking in the polls, they get the 5th spot as far as power conference champion. But the 4 ranked teams, highest ranked teams, when you put out the top 12 teams, have a bye, okay? So you set those top 4 aside. So now you're left with 7 at-large bids. I think you should go the conference championship game losers, unless there is another school that is ranked higher than them from either the conference that they played in or the conference that they played the same amount of games that the other team they lost to in the conference championship game played. Then they would be the at-large bids. You have 10 games, so you can keep all the bowls. These are the bowls that you use for your playoff games. Orange, right? We agree with that. Check. Fiesta, we agree with that one. Check. Sugar, Rose, okay, babe. Those are the easy ones, VJ. What about the other ones? No problem. I got y'all covered like makeup. Just call me Maybelline. Outback Bowl, Peach Bowl, Cotton Bowl, the Alamo, the Citrus, and then the Natty game at any big stadium, Jerry's World, Phoenix, Arizona. They played it out here at SoFi a few years ago in Los Angeles. That is how you set up the 12-team playoff. You can't have people mad. If you're a third or fourth team in your conference, you don't have any complaints, right? Now, if you're the second team in the conference that's had some complaints, Ohio State, Michigan, the last 2 years, both those teams could have gotten to both year. Last year, both teams got in. They could have got both teams in again this year if they really wanted to, if they wasn't trying to suck up and slurp Nick Saban, snitch Saban, because he be snitching. If they weren't trying to suck up to him because they probably felt like he was on the way out the door. Felt a lot like 1997 with Tom Osborne in Nebraska. Bye-bye. They beat Tennessee in their bowl game. Michigan, Charles Woodson, Lloyd Carr, Charles Woodson wins the Heisman. They beat Ryan Leaf, Washington State in the Rose Bowl. They undoubtedly unanimously win the media poll. The coaches poll gave it to Tom Osborne because Tom Osborne announced, I'm going to retire. And he's a legend. Listen, I'm not trying to diss Tom Osborne. But the way they went about giving him his last national championship, I wasn't feeling. I felt like the committee did that with Nick Saban. Nick Saban's in his 70s. You see coaches that are that old not getting jobs. Pete Carroll is unemployed. Bill Belichick is unemployed. Those are Super Bowl winning coaches and a two-time national champion coach and Pete Carroll. That age does mean something when you start to get into those 70s. People can kind of sense Saban's been throwing these little hints out there. He's not a big NIL guy. Oh, no, why? Oh, Lord forbid let the kids get something. Oh, my God, Nick Saban. Other than your steaks and your premium chicken breasts and all the salad and all the protein shakes and all the electrolytes and Gatorade they want. Oh, wow. Do you guys know a lot of these kids don't even get, like, all the swag they want? Like, I feel like if I go to Michigan, if I go to Alabama, if I go to Carolina to play basketball, if I go to USC to play football, I should have access to an unreasonable amount of shorts, T-shirts, like sweatsuits. I should have an unreasonable. You make hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of dollars. You don't have $500,000 per year in your budget to stack up swag for the players. You get their sizes so they can't get their friend one or their nephew one that wears a medium. It's like, listen, you're a 3X. You only can get 3X. You're a size 15, 14 shoe. You can only get, like, that's how it can work. You can do that for kids, but you don't even want to do that for them. Nick Saban definitely didn't want him to get money, but you see a guy like that who has been kind of moved out. So with the proposal, I think this is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. I got it written down. It's right there. You see it right there. 5 conference champions, 7 at large. The first 4 teams get a bye. And then you start in the middle of December after the Heisman like you would do the normal bowl games. And you move on through until what? That second Monday normally in January for your national championship. There it is. I gave it to you. Now I want my cut. I'm not playing with y'all, man. Y'all stop playing with me about my money, man. I'm like Tajid and Martin. I'm coming up on Dragonfly Jones and NCAA. And people making these rules. Y'all better not look at me with a handful of money and be like, I ain't got no money, punk. Then we fighting. All right, man. That's enough for University Breaks. When we come back, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with some NBA news. And I'm laughing at a certain player and 2 teams right now. All that and more coming up on your Friday edition of The Breaks.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infinity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to your Friday edition of the Breaks. VJ Vernon Husky, the Big Vanilla Funny, the Big Vanilla Poppy in the building for you. All right, so let's wrap up and finish real quick today. Rapid fire style with fast breaks and NBA news, because I got a few things I want to talk about. So buckle in and try to keep up with me, all right? Doc Rivers, 3-7 now as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Bye-bye.
Listen, I just want a woman to love me the way job opportunities in the NBA love Doc Rivers. I swear, that's all I want. If I get that, I got my beautiful children. I got a good budding career. I'm a good dude, man. I got belief in God. I got family and friends and supporters and fans that, they mess with me, man. I'm a good dude. But if you give me that, I feel like I won the lottery. I would have the world. How does Doc Rivers continue to get these opportunities and blow these things the way they're doing? First 10 games there, 3-7. I'm telling you, it's falling apart, guys. I'm telling you right now, this thing is falling apart. They've lost 3 times by 15 plus or more points. I don't want to be, what is the saying, a dead horse with the same stick, but the Drew Holiday deal, that started this. He's not trade first team perimeter defensive players. You just can't. Because in today's league, you can't touch guys on the perimeter. So you need a guy that knows how to drop his ass, open his stance, get his hips turning, get his hands out, keep his eyes on somebody's waist, and play defense. Keep that forearm up when you come in. You know screens coming. Fight through screens. Fight over top. Don't fight underneath. Guys shoot really well nowadays, and they shoot further away. You can't give that up. And when they gave that up for Dame, and listen, I like Dame. Dame is cool with me, but Dame is, he's Tracy McGrady. Like, real talk. He's going to score and get you hit game-winning shots and end series with game-winning shots and throw up 50 and 60 points and be exciting. He's going to give you all of that. But I've always just questioned, is he a guy that you look at and you say, I'm going to win championships with that gentleman right there? I just never felt that way about him. And that's not to knock him. I just said this in the first segment about winning in the NFL and the NBA, guys. It's hard to win. 82 games, 4 playoff series, best of 7 series. And when you get into the playoffs, the defense gets tighter, the calls get tighter, the physicality ramps up a little bit, the tension, the pressure, your legacy, your endorsements, your brand. Like, there's a lot on the line when you get to the playoffs. It's hard to do. That's why you respect Bill Russell. That's why you respect Jordan's 6, Kobe's 5, Duncan's 5. Like that, Shaq's first 3. That's hard to do. Shaq was crazy dominant. I just watched the 30 for 30 last night with him and Penny Hardaway. I forgot how dominant Shaq was at Orlando. Year one. The minute he walked in the building, 27, 28. I mean, it was, Shaq, that young Shaq, more athletic, run the floor, can butch the break. Man, craziness. But with Doc, I'm just looking at these. The offensive rating is 23rd. Defensive rating is 10th, but you can't stop anybody in the perimeter. That's the defense, because once you get to the hoop, it's a layup most nights, or it's a free dunk most nights. So I'm just trying to figure out what they think they're doing here. When you go back and look at Boston, you talk about a championship speaking for somebody and giving somebody some leadway in the NBA. The 07-08 championship, all right, there were 66 wins. The following year, there were 62 wins. Guys, in Orlando in 4 years, 5 years, however long he was there, his tops was 44, and that was with Tracy McGrady. I understand Grant Hill had the ankle, but Tracy McGrady, like, if he was on the borderline of being a top 75 guy. He can't get you 50 wins 1 year as the bus driver, as the guy without really that Robin. Maybe he got Flash. Maybe he got Aquaman. Maybe he ain't got Superman. And maybe it ain't Superman and Batman. Maybe it's Batman and, Black Adam. You know what I'm saying? Black Adam's a beast, but not a lot of people really know about Black Adam if you don't follow it like that. Is it that guy? But if you go back to Boston, before the trade was made, guys, they won 45, 33, and 24. It was going the other way. It was crashing in Boston. He gets gifted because Mikhail is in the front office in Minnesota. Where did he play? I know VJ. Where? Mr. VJ. Boston. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. He did his former teammate Danny Ainge a favor, and that's fine. Jerry West was in Memphis. He did his old organization a favor by sending Pau Gasol. I get all of that. I'm not going to be against that. But if not for that, Doc Rivers, oh my God. I just don't know what to say. They lost to Memphis last night, ladies and gentlemen. Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the Pistons. Pistons are bad. That's my Pistons. That's my squad. I still got the over on our 12 wins. We sitting at 8 right now. Come on, Detroit. Give me 5 more, baby. But Memphis, that can't happen with perceivably the best or one of the best players in the league on both ends of the floor. And Giannis, it can't happen. And this thing is falling apart. I'm telling you guys, VJ, it's only 10 games. Is it? Guys, the proof is in the pudding. And anybody that knows me will tell you, I don't eat no damn pudding. I like applesauce, but I don't eat no damn pudding because the proof is in it that it's nasty. That's not even real food. What is that? That's what I'm watching. I'm watching the Grizzlies I'm watching the Grizzlies and the Bucks. And I'm like, what is the Bucks? What is that? That's pudding right there. I don't even know what that is. A lot of people like it. A lot of people feed it to their kids. They'll put it in their little lunch boxes, the little pudding snack packies. Stop feeding your kids pudding. Stop feeding me that NBA. Are you kidding me? Come on, Doc. Go back to TV with the hoarse voice and all of that, man. Second thing, Bronny, Lakers, LeBron. I'm sorry. You guys, I'm going to take such a victory lap when all of this stuff just falls apart. Guys, come on, stop it. Now there's stories that they are willing to draft a 5-point per game player. This is, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be real, man. The guy I feel for more in all this the most is Bronny. Because I've never once, and if you've heard it, just tag me. Send it to me. I'll say, okay, there it is. I missed it. I've never heard him say more than 2 or 3 times he wants to play with his dad. I've heard his dad say it 1,000 times. And now organizations, Genie, Boo-Boo, what are you doing? You need to summons a message from your pops, man. I love me some Dr. Jerry Buss. He knew what he was doing. Trade Shaq. Oh, my God, they trade. I was living out here in L.A. I just got out. They traded Shaq. Yeah. It's time to go. He wants $100 million. He's not a $100 million player. Yeah, he was motivated, got a ring. Helps to have a Hall of Famer named Dwayne Wade with you. That's not to say Shaq won beastin'. But, you got an older, more veteran Mourning that still had a little left. That was a really good team. They put a good talent together. Riley comes out of the box, coaches them to a championship. But this right here, Genie, sweetheart, wake up. I ain't even going to talk about LeBron anymore. Genie, this is for you. Boo-Boo, I like you. I like you a lot. I really do. I think you're great for the league. I really do. I think you're great for this city. You've treated people with class and with dignity, but right now, I think you're getting pushed and walked over. You got to summons up like a message from your pops. Pops didn't let the superstars run this organization. LeBron James is going to run your organization into the ground. I'm telling you. You got to wake up, man. Last but not least, All-Star Weekend, boycotting it, not watching it. It's bad product. Don't want to watch the NBA All-Star Game. I'm not watching the Steph Curry shit out there. I'm not watching the dunk contest, the skills competition, and I'm definitely not watching the celebrity game with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp being the 2 coaches. Shannon Sharp going to need a Phil Jackson chair. He can't even barely walk. Like, seriously, man. I'll give you some alternatives, though. If you guys, what are you going to watch, VJ? Virginia Tech, South Carolina, college basketball. Carolina just lost on the road to Syracuse after losing last week at home to Clemson. They got to try to hold on to that second pick, or that second seed right there. Also, too, NCAA baseball. Every ranked team plays this year, and if you like a little football, Spanish La Liga. I like me some football. I told y'all that FIFA was my game. There's 4 La Liga games, playoffs going on right now. There's plenty to watch. Plus, Tiger Woods is back playing at the Genesis right here in Riviera, man. That's all for today's show today, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Sorry that it was a little fast, but we be on a time restriction around here. We got the bills to pay. Show can only be so long, man. That's your Friday edition of The Breaks. I'm VJ&X Husky. Y'all have a good weekend, man. Kiss and hug your loved ones. Peace.